Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. So in the Arabic lesson today, we are going to continue with Jumla Ismia, which are the ism-based sentences. And we said that whenever the two words are not connected to one another, there is a break in the chain, then there is an invisible is over there that we have to place in translation. So we are going to do a few more examples to understand this concept a little more. So let's get started. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. So this is from Surah Al-Asr, Innal insana lafi khusrin. And we all know this. So let's just break this down. Inna is basically a harf of nasab. We know that the harf of nasab, inna, anna, ka anna, bi anna, laita, lakinna, la Allah. So those, all of those, they are the harf of nasab, and they make the ka ism coming after them a nasab. So innal insana, it's not insani, it's insana. So these two words are connected to each other. And then we look at these two words, lafi khusrin. So lam basically here is an add-on that's for emphasis, and fi is one of the harf of jar. So bata, kaf, lam, waw min fi an ala hatta ila. So fi is basically a harf of jar, and it's going to make the ism coming next to it as a jar. So khusrin. It's not Khusran, it's Khusrin. So these two words are also connected to one another. Now let's look at these two words, insana and lafi. So insana and lafi, basically they are not connected to one another in from any of the five fragments that we did, and they are not. There is no connection between these two words. So there is a break in the chain. That means there is an invisible is in between them. So let's look at the translations. That truly, innal insana, truly the human being, and then there is this is, and then lafi khusrin, truly in loss. Lafi is basically, the lam is for the for to give more emphasis. So truly in, and then loss. So indeed the human being is truly in loss. So this is how we know that there is going to be an invisible is in between whenever there is a break in the chain. Now let's do another example to understand this better. Let's look at these two words, fihi hudan. Now we know that fihi is basically fi and he, and fi is basically a harf of jar, which made the pronoun, attached pronoun, coming after it jar as well. So fihi, basically this word is connected. These are two words joined together, so it's a connection here. And then we see hudan, and now hudan is not connected to fihi in any way. So there is a break in the chain here. So that means that there is an invisible is here. So when we translate it, fihi means in it, and then there is an is, and then hudan is guidance. So in it is guidance. That's how we know that this is going to be a sentence like this. Now let's look at another example. Inna allaha ala kulli shay'in kadirun. So let's look at inna allaha first. Now inna allaha, inna is a harf of nasab, made the word allah nasab. So inna allaha, this is connected. And then we see ala. Ala basically is a harf of jar, which made kulli coming after it jar. So ala kulli is connected. And then we look at kulli, basically it's no al and it's light. That means it can be a muzaf, and shay'in basically is a jar. So kulli shay'in is a muzaf and muzaf ilayh. So these two words are connected as well. So these three words are connected, ala kulli shay'in. Now let's look at a kadirun. Kadirun, basically it's not connected to shay'in in any way, so there's a break in the chain here. And then over here as well, in Allah. Now Allah, the word Allah is not connected to Allah in any way, so there's a break in the chain here as well. So we see that in this ayat, where there are two breaks in the chain. So whenever such kind of situation occurs, when there is more than one break in the chain, in this kind of situation, when there are two breaks, then the add is in the first break. So we will add is in the first break, and then we are going to ignore the second break. So the second break we are going to just ignore it, and the first break we are going to put an is. So when we translate it, we see that in Allah, certainly Allah, and then there is an is here. So certainly Allah is upon all things, ala kulli shay'in qadir, and we are not going to put an is here, capable. We're just going to say capable. So certainly Allah is upon all things capable. So this is how we are going to deal with a situation like this. And then just let's look at this another example. Inna allaha ghafurur rahim. So in Allah, again harf of nasab and its victim connected together, and then the word Allah is not connected to Ghafurun. So there is a break in the chain here. So indeed Allah is Ghafur and Rahim. So this is how we know that there is an is in between, when we see that there is a break in the chain. And how is that we have learned the five fragments, and we have to see that if the two words are connected to each other by any of those five fragments, and if the words are not connected to one another by any of the five fragments, then that means that there is a break in the chain, and we have to put an invisible there, we have to put an is in between in the translation. So this was some more details, some more examples about Jumla Ismia, or the ism based sentences. Tomorrow we'll inshallah continue further. Fi amanallah.